All right, let's just dive right in. You have built the perfect daily routine, right? A fortress of wellness designed to optimize every single part of your life. Every choice is deliberate, every habit is backed by what you think is solid research. But what if that fortress, brick by well-intentioned brick, is actually a trap?
So your day starts. No coffee for you. It's a glass of warm lemon water. You do it because you've heard it's alkalizing, the perfect detox to kickstart your system. And as you drink it, you feel virtuous, clean, like you're already winning the day before it's even really begun.
Then it's off to your standing desk. I mean, you've seen the scary headlines. You know the catchphrase that's everywhere. Sitting is the new smoking. So you stand, for hours, dead set on escaping that sedentary trap that's supposedly ruining modern life.
Come midday, you pop open that pill organizer, and it's a thing of beauty, a carefully curated collection of supplements. You've got one for immunity, one for brain power, maybe another to boost your workout. You're not just eating healthy anymore, you are biohacking. You're optimizing your nutrition down to the last tiny microgram.
And finally, as the day winds down, you climb into bed and you check your wrist, the sleep score. Every single minute of deep, REM, and light sleep, it's all been tracked, logged, and scored. You are chasing that perfect 100 because everyone knows that quality sleep is the absolute bedrock of good health.
Lemon water, standing desks, supplements, sleep tracking, these are the pillars of modern wellness, right? Well, what if I told you this entire routine is a carefully constructed trap? A series of well-marketed myths that could, right now, eroding your teeth, stressing your heart, damaging your liver, and completely wrecking your sleep.
Today, we are pulling back the curtain on something called pathological optimization. We are going to take this perfect day and dissect it, piece by painful piece, to show you the hidden dangers lurking in the pursuit of wellness. And, most importantly, we're going to show you how to get out of the trap.
So, how on earth did we get here? How did this genuine, well-meaning desire for health get so twisted that it can actually make us sick? Well, welcome to the optimization paradox. You see, the heart of the problem is this simple, flawed idea that if some is good, then more must be better. But our bodies don't work that way. They thrive on balance, on homeostasis, not extremes. For so many things in biology, there's a sweet spot, right? A Goldilocks zone? Think about exercise. Too little is bad, but way too much leads to injury. Sunshine. Too little, you get vitamin D deficiency. Too much, you get skin cancer. We've become obsessed with pushing these healthy habits so far that we go right over the peak of the benefit curve and slide straight down into harm. And let's be clear, this mindset is no accident. It is fueled by a massive $250 billion wellness industry, an industry that literally profits by making you feel like you are perpetually broken, that you constantly need to be fixed or tracked or optimized. It sells you the fear that you're not doing enough, and then, what a coincidence, it sells you the solution in a bottle or an app. Okay, so let's start our day with that famous wellness ritual, the glass of lemon water. The big claim is that it alkalizes your body, but when it comes to your teeth, well, the reality is a whole lot more acidic. You see, while the metabolic byproducts of lemon might be alkaline way down the line, the drink itself as it enters your mouth is anything but. Lemon juice is extremely acidic with a pH as low as 2.0. To give you some context, stomach acid is around 1.5 to 3.5. Battery acid is a 1.0. You are essentially starting your day by giving your mouth a mild acid bath. Now, here's the number that really matters, 5.5. That is the critical pH. It's the exact point where your tooth enamel, that hard, protective, and completely irreplaceable outer layer of your teeth, starts to dissolve. It's a process called demineralization, where the very minerals that make up your teeth start to just leach out. And this is where the danger lies. Every single morning, you are bathing your teeth in a liquid that is way more acidic than the threshold needed to weaken them. This isn't a one-time thing. It's a repeated chemical assault that causes irreversible erosion, stripping away that precious enamel and exposing the soft, sensitive dentin underneath. Hello, yellow teeth and extreme sensitivity. But wait, it gets worse. Your first instinct, to brush your teeth right after to get that clean feeling, that is the absolute worst thing you could possibly do. See, with the enamel softened by the acid, your toothbrush basically becomes sandpaper. You are literally scrubbing away the weakened surface of your teeth. You're not cleaning them, you're fast-tracking their destruction. So look, if you absolutely have to keep this ritual, you've got to play defense. First, use a straw. Try to bypass your front teeth. Second, as soon as you're done, rinse with plain water to help neutralize that acid. And the most important part, Wait. Wait at least a full hour before you even think about brushing. Give your saliva a chance to work its magic and re-harden your enamel. All right, on to the workday. We've all been scared into thinking our desk job is killing us, which led to the explosion of the standing desk as the supposed savior of the office worker. But are we actually saving ourselves, or did we just trade one problem for a different one?
The marketing was genius, wasn't it? Sitting is the new smoking. It's a powerful, scary slogan that sold millions of desks. But it was based on a huge misinterpretation of the science. The research never said sitting itself was the villain. The real enemy was, and has always been, being static for long periods of time. Lack of movement.
So what do? We just traded one static posture for another. And surprise, surprise, big new studies are showing that standing all day doesn't actually help your heart in the long run. In fact, it introduces a whole new set of risks. When you stand still for hours, blood just pools in your legs. This increases pressure in your veins and forces your heart to work way harder to pump it back up. This can lead to varicose veins, serious joint pain, and even blood clots.
So here's the key takeaway. Standing still all day is just as sedentary as sitting still all day. You're just stressing different parts of your body. The real solution has nothing to do with standing or sitting. It's about breaking up whatever posture you're in with movement. Get up, walk around, do a few squats, stretch. Do something, anything, every 20 to 30 minutes. Movement is the answer, not a new piece of furniture.
Okay, next up in our optimized day, that handful of pills and powders we take, all in the name of health. We've been sold this idea that a good diet just isn't enough, that we need these concentrated boosts to be truly well.
And man, has this idea caught on. Supplement use has absolutely exploded. In just a few years, it's gone from just over half of adults to a mind-blowing 3 out of 4 people taking them regularly. It's become this totally unquestioned part of the daily wellness routine.
But here is the dangerous truth the industry really hopes you don't think about. Unlike prescription drugs, which have to go through years of super rigorous testing to prove they're safe and that they actually work, supplements live in a regulatory Wild West. A company can basically put a product on a shelf with almost no pre-market safety testing required at all. And the consequences of this are, honestly, they're terrifying. A landmark study found that a shocking 20%, that's 1/5 of all cases of drug-induced liver toxicity in the United States, are now linked directly to herbal and dietary supplements. We're talking about products you can buy in any health food store.
And look at this list. These aren't obscure chemicals. These are the all-natural darlings of the wellness world. Things like high-dose green tea extract or concentrated turmeric. Now, in their whole food form, they're great for you. But in these super concentrated, unregulated doses, they can become toxic to your liver, causing severe injury that, in some tragic cases, actually requires a full liver transplant.
And so, finally, we get into bed. But for so many of us, sleep isn't about rest anymore. It's become another performance metric, something to be measured, scored, and optimized. And this is where we find the most ironic wellness paradox of all.
This obsession actually has a clinical name now: orthosomnia. Ortho means correct, and somnia means sleep. It's a condition where the relentless chase for perfect sleep data on your tracker creates so much performance anxiety that it prevents you from sleeping well in the first place. You're so worried about sleeping correctly that you can't sleep at all.
And this is not some small niche problem. We're talking about an estimated 10% of adults in the US now using a sleep tracker every single night. That's tens of millions of people strapping on a device that could be feeding this vicious cycle of tech-induced anxiety.
It's really important to see how this is different from actual insomnia. Insomnia is a medical condition. Orthosomnia is an unhealthy relationship with technology. People start to trust their app's data more than their own bodies. They'll wake up feeling totally fine, maybe even refreshed, but then they see a bad score on their app and suddenly decide, oh, I guess I'm exhausted today. The data literally overwrites their own physical reality.
And here's the real kicker. The data they are obsessing over is often just plain wrong. These are consumer gadgets, not medical equipment. Real sleep lab studies show they can be notoriously inaccurate, especially when they try to guess the difference between light sleep, deep sleep, and REM. They're feeding your anxiety with fundamentally flawed information.
So, after a day of acidic mornings, static standing, risky supplements, and anxious nights, it's pretty clear this whole optimized routine is broken. So how do we break free? How do we find our way back to real, sustainable health?
The escape plan isn't some new product you have to buy. It's actually a return to simplicity. It's about focusing on the basics, the stuff that's always been true.
Eat a variety of whole foods. Move your body in different ways all day long. Respect your body's built-in detox systems, your liver and your kidneys. Use technology as a rough guide, not as the absolute truth. And get your nutrients from food first, not from a pill.
You know, this is the secret the wellness industry is terrified you'll figure out. Real health is kind of boring. It doesn't need a fancy gadget or an exotic powder from halfway across the world. It's built through the consistent, day in, day out practice of simple habits. It doesn't come in a bottle, and it can't be measured with a score on your wrist.
And that really just leaves us with one final critical question. As you go about your day, and especially as you climb into bed tonight, just ask yourself this. Are you making choices based on how you actually feel, or are you just chasing a number on a screen?
Hey, if this explainer opened your eyes to the wellness trap, do me a favor and hit that like button, and subscribe for more content that cuts through all the hype. And I really want to hear from you. Share your own experience with a wellness myth you've managed to escape in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching.